Magnification volume 0%.
Good afternoon, and welcome to M.M.E. I am your host, Blind Prime, and for today I have for you Transformers War for Cybertron Seige Brunt. Here he is in his crazy maser tank mode, and we're going to be talking about his vehicle mode today. But before I get into that, I would like to bring up something that a viewer of mine commented on just recently. They wanted to let me know that my videos were out of focus in case I wasn't aware of it. And I appreciate that because, I'm blind and, well, I may not be aware of it. But no worries. I am aware that my videos go out of focus. It's an intentional thing. What it does is it is my attempt through this artwork that I'm constructing, this raising awareness for the blind thing I'm doing, to allow you, the viewer, the ones of you with great vision, to have the opportunity to see the world through a visually impaired person's eyes. Only for moments, only for a few minutes maybe. Sometimes it's out of focus for my entire video, sometimes it's not. And, that's just how it works for some people. Some people have some weird eyes, where some days are better than others. They see better some days, they see worse others. It's something that can't be controlled by some people. And it's a way that I believe can really help to raise awareness for the blind, is giving you, the viewer, the opportunity to experience the world through a visually impaired person's eyes, if only just for a moment. And maybe that moment is long enough for you to help, for you to talk to other people about what does a blind person's life look like, and how can I help make that life better. And that requires talking to your leadership and your cities and stuff like that to get things like talking crosswalks installed, or, textured paints installed in places, or hell, even rugs in front of doors. Do you know how amazing it is if a person puts a rug in front of a door? I know where the door's at now. I don't have to feel across the wall of a glass-fronted building and feel like a fool for doing it. No. I can just use my cane, and then my cane will find the rug, and then I will find the rug, and now I found the door. And then people will go, how did that blind person find the door so easily? And I'll go, thank you, rug. Thank you so much for being there for me. I really appreciate you. And I really appreciate rugs in front of doors. And, it's things like that that I hope that this channel can do. It's the little things. And it's the little things that always get you down. But it's also the little things that always build you up. And that's important too. Alright, I have talked enough about my mission, so let's get back into what I'm talking about today, which is Brunt in his maser cannon. Maser cannon mode. Boom. Boom. Alright, so Brunt here is, he's a mixed bag for me. On one hand, I really like this maser cannon. This thing's really cool. It's like the biggest cannon you get for a deluxe scale. It is a really fun cannon. But my dislikes are with the front of the vehicle mode. It's odd. I like everything in the back, but I don't like everything in the front. And I'm going to talk about that with you guys. So first off, let's talk about length. I'll go over length. So whenever I was explaining to you in the blind builds episode how to build this guy, I messed up. I forgot the barrel extender is actually what you use to connect the front of the vehicle mode to the back of the vehicle mode. And that barrel extender allows for a much more secure connection than if you just connected the trailer, the maser cannon trailer, to the workhorse, which is what I'm going to call it. So this is trailer mode. It has the maser cannon on the back, and this is workhorse that's just got the very wide stance with the arm treads on it. So that's how I'll refer to them as for the rest of the video. So let's see what trailer and workhorse look like together lengthwise. So lengthwise, trailer and workhorse together are 16 studs long. Alright. Widthwise, trailer and workhorse, because they're different widths, we'll have to measure them differently. Workhorse is 10 studs wide. Trailer is 6 studs wide. There you go. Now, to disassemble them and talk about them individually. Trailer is... Wow, trailer, you are small. Alright, so trailer is 1, 2, 3, for 5 studs long by, oh, we already talked about width, but that's 6 studs wide. There's trailer. And then workhorse, measuring it from its port, the silencer, the barrel extender that is used to connect the two together. So I'll measure from that forward. And it is 11 studs long. Look at that. And we already talked about its width. So let's connect the two back together. Come on, get back together. Oh, and this barrel, this cannon with the gun attachment is 12 studs long, just in case you wanted to know that information. Okay, there we go. That is connected, and it's a sturdy connection. Where is my cliff jumper? Here is cliff jumper. All right, cliff jumper here. When I put him in the front, we'll line him up nose to nose. His tail end goes a little bit into the trailer, but not much. So this guy is definitely longer than cliff jumper, and of course he is wider than cliff jumper. He can actually just hold cliff jumper between his treads on the front. Yeah, he's all right. I think that's naughty. We're just gonna move cliff jumper away. Okay, that is all the sizing on Brunt here. So let's talk about his texturing and what he's made out of. This guy is made out of some good, high quality, durable plastics. There's only his shoulder connectors are the things that I dislike about him most. They're made out of a completely different plastic than the entirety of this figure. Everything else is made out of this really nice, shiny plastic. You can feel the slickness to it, and the strength of this plastic. It's a durable plastic. You feel how durable it is, but these shoulders that fold into the sides are made out of a very different plastic. They feel a lot like Earthrise. Like this figure is, during Siege, we would notice occasional times where Earthrise plastic would show up. I mean, we didn't realize it was going to be used so much in Earthrise then. We thought it'd only show up occasionally in pieces like these shoulders, but it's obviously a less plastic. It feels less. It's not as weighty as this other plastic is. So the shoulder connectors on this guy that become the backs of the front treads are made out of a different type of plastic, and it's not a good type. All right, and so we'll talk about these two vehicles. So together it is, a Maser tank, but it's actually two vehicles. One is a tank trailer. We can move that stud downwards, and it actually acts as a kickstand. So we have a Maser cannon trailer, and we have a workhorse vehicle. This thing is a wide-stanced, powerful vehicle, and I don't like it too much because I think it's just half-hearted. But at the same time, it does work for the sci-fi theme. Like the vehicle's textures, you can feel that there's some what feels like floodlights at the top of it, and then down here on the sides, you get more lighting effects. At least that's what I think they are. They can either be lights or vents. And then in the center, you get this this area that kind of feels like it's a air intake for the machine itself. So that's pretty cool. They got the texturing in there to make it the front of some sort of workhorse vehicle that's just got a wide stance and is made for pulling massive amounts of tonnage. And that works. That's pretty cool. The tank treads are very well sculpted. That is some really nice detail with the little individual treads, followed by this unique shielding it has over its treads to stop things from like upsetting the little wheels inside that control the treads. I think that's pretty neat. That's cool that they installed a shielding over those. This guy's smarter than most tanks. And of course his clamps are on the very front, and you can lower them down slightly, but you can't really lower them down too much because they do impede this thing's ability to move. So they're mainly just supposed to be folded up. But yeah, that is his workhorse mode. And of course, we've got his Maser cannon trailer. And the Maser cannon here's got some really amazing details on it. And it's just the lower legs of, Brunt stacked on top of one another. But with the way they textured the legs, it feels sci-fi. You get these power cable feeling things. You get these little ridges, little suppression bits in there, as if like when this thing fires, it can sink in on itself a little bit to help ease the recoil. And and you get this nice end that has a Seige port in it to plug things like this gun into. And now we'll get to the gun. I'd say this gun is a nice texture. There is no waffling on it. I don't know about the paint apps, but it does have a Seige port on the front of it and a Seige peg on the back. And that's why it's plugged into this Seige peg that exists on the end of the Maser cannon. But there you have it. I have to say that this is one of the weaker weaponizers, mainly because it feels like they have hearted the front of the vehicle. And most of that has to do with the fact that the core of this weaponizer doesn't really do much. And that has been the biggest failing with the weaponizers so far, is their cores. We'll discover that in Fast Track. Fast Track also has a horrid core for all of his designs. And even though it works for the vehicle mode, it doesn't really work. It works for the robot mode. It doesn't really work anywhere else. At least Fast Track's core worked for the vehicle mode, and at least Slammer's core worked for its vehicle mode. But both of those have problems with their cores in their weaponizers mode, and so does this guy. The core is always just too heavy. The only figure that I've talked about so far, and there are two, that I've talked about that don't have any problems with their cores, are Cog, who's got an issue with his core, but for different reasons, and Slammer. No, Six Gun. Six Gun's core is really cool. I really like Six Gun's core. I think those 4 barrels are really neat, and I really like the fact that the top of it becomes its own unique aircraft. That was really spectacular and cool. But I've talked enough about this guy, and I think I should let you guys go. I hope you've enjoyed the episode, and tune in next Prime, where I will be talking about something I haven't talked about before on this channel. Let's just say, go Power Rangers. Tune in next Prime.